Pavitra madam will explain. Over to Anita ma'am.
Good afternoon, students. So we are back again today. Hope you had a very nice day yesterday after classes. We have moved to Unit 10. We had finished Unit 9 yesterday. Today we will be doing CV writing, chronological CV and functional CV. Before that we had played you the PPT on resume writing. What goes into making a good resume. So we had prepared the PPT for you so it would be very clear. And we also talked about cover letters because cover letters are important. And the PPT gave you the general guidelines for writing a curriculum vitae or what you call a resume. CV, it's called curriculum vitae or it's called a resume. It goes by both words. Now there are many types of resumes or CVs, but for your syllabus, we are concentrating on two, the chronological CV and the functional CV. Let me take you through the chronological CV. How do you define a chronological CV? Chronological CV is the most important and popular format of writing CVs. In this format, you will list the details of your education, expertise, special skills, training, experience, accomplishments, and so on in the reverse. Reverse in the meaning that is what you are doing now. 20, 21 will come on top and then you will go 19, 20, 18, 19. No? So that is the way you have to present yourself. Chronological CV is used to draw attention of the employer to your academic and your professional qualification. So that's why we need the reverse order. What is your professional qualification today? What is your expertise or what do you call educational qualification today? So that's why we start from the top and go bottom. Okay. A chronological CV works best if you are still a student or a fresh graduate and because you do not have any special accomplishments or specific skills to highlight. So as students, as freshers, it is better that you go for a chronological CV, because as you grow and you have more experience, expertise, you qualify yourself more, you can move to other types of CVs. For a beginner, a chronological CV is what is best. Now, what should go into writing a good chronological CV? Okay, the first item would be personal information. What would go into personal information? Name, date of birth, age, postal address, contact phone number and email address. All this is very important. Your name, your full name, your date of birth and age, postal address, contact phone number and email address. That would be the first thing. Second would be your education. List your most recent qualification first. Provide the year of study and the name of institution. So you can make a nice table and then you can, put your the year, the institution, your education, what your qualification, that is BA, BCom or whatever, and then your grade. So it will be like a neat table. Okay. So you can include, what should you include in education? Provide the year of study, the name of the institution, subject or options. That is, if you are taking BCom, then you say just don't write Bachelor of Commerce. You can say computer application because you have specialized in that, or taxation or vocational. You understand? Just don't leave it as BSc and just leave it like that. Say MSCS, so they know you have focused on maths, physics, computer science. Okay. And also include your grades or division. So then make it like a table. Alright. For y'all, you will do your graduation, that is undergraduation study. You will do your inter and then you will do your 10th. That's the way it should be. Then the third thing is experience. You will provide your most recent experience first. So some of you all may be working along with studying. You could include that. You could include part-time jobs and also internships. If you have done, you can include that. Okay. If you have more than one kind of job experience, you should only add what is relevant to the job that you are applying. Okay. So if you have done 3-4 part-time jobs, only put that which is relevant to the job that you are applying. Don't put everything else. Okay. The fourth item that you should include would be your skills. That is, what would skills include? In the PPT you saw what could your skills be. It can be proficiency in language, you know English, you know Hindi, you know Bengali or whatever, you know French, a foreign language, you know German. So that's why I always tell in class, learn a foreign language. It's always an asset. Okay. Computer skills, whatever your subject, BA, BCom, BSc, computers has become a way of life. You must have basic or advanced knowledge. So these are things that you can acquire. It doesn't have to be part of the curriculum. You need to acquire proficiency in language and computer skills and other skills on your own. It may not be part of the curriculum. These are things that you should do to improve your profile. Your profile, that's how you include. The fifth thing that should go into your chronological CV is your interest and your achievement. So employers are looking for rounded personalities. So they would like to know what your interest is, how you, and out of this they will gauge how responsible you are, what leadership qualities you have, can you work in a team. You know, these things, they derive these inferences from what you write in interests and achievements. Also the honors and awards that you have won. Volunteering is very important. Have you volunteered? Are you an NSS volunteer? Are you a NCC volunteer? Are you a Red Cross volunteer? These are all showing leadership qualities, social responsibilities. These add to your CV. And the last thing that would go into a chronological CV is references. You must give 2 references. One can be from one of your teachers, your place of study. If you are doing a part-time job or working, you can give one from your workplace. If you are not working, then some family friend who has some kind of standing can also give a reference. So you can give their contact number, email and address. And the most important thing, like we told you in the PPT that we showed you before this, covering letter is very important. You must write a brief, just don't send your resume, okay? You must send it along with a covering letter, telling, it can be a very short 2 to 3 lines summing up of your profile and your personal statement, and describing your current status and career objective. And also another and then send the covering letter and the resume or the profile, and then you can also take a photocopy and keep it with you of your covering letter and your CV, because if you're called for the interview, you should know what you have written. You can't go and do ba there. You get what I'm trying to say? So they will have your CV or your resume and your covering letter before them, and they will ask based on questions. So you would have sent so many applications out, you would not know what you sent to this company. So better to keep a photocopy so that when you go for the interview, you can prepare and go based on what you wrote there. Now I'm going to show you the picture of a sample chronological CV. This is how it looks like. So do you see how it is? Okay. So you have all the, what I told you, no? First the personal profile, then the education, then the experience, then the skills, then the interest and achievements, and then at last you will put your references, the 2 references, and then it would go with the covering letter. I hope you have understood. We'll put the template also up for you. You saw the video. Now I've taken you through the chronological CV, showed you a template. We will put up the template on WhatsApp, so you will be able to write it. And all of you all write what do you call CV for yourself, so that you know you see where you stand, where you need to. You can send it to us and we'll help you strengthen it so that you have a good CV by the end of the final year. Okay?